Harry's wife. The scream about the Nemesis. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor, and as you can doubtless see, I have moved on from the country idyll and find myself in an alternative place where matters are a little wilder, a slightly stormy sea, and you can doubtless hear the wind also. And of course, matters will have been somewhat stormy over in Montecito. Perhaps you heard that guttural, or perhaps visceral, dependent upon which form of the English language you subscribe to, the one that everybody else uses or the Harry's wife's version, that you may well have heard that deep-throated scream yesterday that emanated from the Montecito region of California. Why? Well, of course, yesterday night, King Charles III held his first state banquet, and in so doing, it gave an opportunity for Catherine, Princess of Wales, to do what she does best: look elegant, radiant, and demonstrate her worth to the royal family by carrying out her role impeccably. Charles was there with the Queen Consort, Prince and Princess of Wales, amongst others, and of course, you may well have seen the pictures, and were I able, I would put the pictures up for you, but you can easily find them, as Catherine looked elegant in white, also wearing, of course, a tiara that once belonged to her late mother-in-law, Diana, the former Princess of Wales, and a pair of earrings that once belonged to Diana. This will have caused a double whammy of wounding to Harry's wife. Why? Well, first of all, the very fact that Catherine appears at this state banquet, being praised and adored by many commentators, is something that Harry's wife would be thinking, that should be me. Now, of course, you'd be thinking, well, how on earth could you think that, you simpleton? You left the royal family, therefore you're not entitled to attend state banquets. Therefore, it shouldn't be you. But of course, in the world of Harry's wife, that is irrelevant. She believes, through her deluded world, that she should be the one that appears with Prince William. That she believes that she should be the one that everybody is praising. The second aspect of the wounding is the fact that Catherine is wearing a tiara and earrings provided to her by the collection from Diana. And of course, as you all know, Harry's wife wants to emulate Diana. Thus, the Nemesis gains all of that fuel. Of course, remember, she doesn't need it because she's not a narcissist, but subconsciously in the world of the narcissist, she should be the one that's receiving it. And therefore, it's effectively wasted by that praise, adoration, approval, admiration going towards Catherine. And then also, because she has received items that belong to Diana, Harry's wife, subconsciously engaging in the Diana duplication, believes that those should come to her. This appearance will have threatened Harry's wife's sense of control. It will have caused her to have a churning stomach. It will have angered her as her fury has come to the fore. Perhaps Harry saw the picture and went, wow, or perhaps he's learned his lesson after his observations about Catherine when she appeared in the gold dress. There is no doubt that she looked fantastic. She also carried out her role impeccably, as she invariably does. And therefore the praise and admiration was warranted. But not in the world of Harry's wife. The fact is that Catherine is repeatedly painted black in the world of Harry's wife because, of course, Catherine is the Nemesis. Because she's repeatedly wounded Harry's wife as a consequence of her excellently advised performance at the Windsor Walkabout, etc., this means that Harry's wife has yet been unable to exact some form of revenge punishment against her, and therefore whenever she comes up on the radar of Harry's wife, then in the circumstances she becomes viewed as black. That is the way that she is seen. And therefore everything about her is painted black, notwithstanding the fact that what she was wearing, she looked fantastic in, she looked elegant. Harry's wife won't see it that way. Her narcissism will not allow her. And therefore, that objective approval that anybody looking at the pictures would say, yes, she looks really elegant, she looks beautiful. Harry's wife would have to poo-poo it in some way. She looks too thin, white doesn't suit her, I would have wore it better, and such comments. She, of course, threatened by this appearance, would have to seek to assert control over Catherine. Because they are many thousands of miles apart, that's nothing that she can do directly, personally, in a physically proximate way. She's not either going to ring her up and say to her, you look shit in that dress, it would have suited me far better. After all, my clothes are designed by Tent, by Army Surplus. No, the direct assertion of control was ruled out, not only because of the actual logistical difficulties of doing so, but her narcissism wouldn't have taken her down that route anyway, because it would have anticipated that she would have been rebuffed, because Catherine would, again excellently advised, ignored her. Accordingly, that leads her with the second assertion of control, and doubtless she will have made complaints to old Ginger Bollocks about it. Look at her showing off. Who does she think she is? Oh yes, they're all talking about Catherine, but they ignore us. You know, they're nasty to us, Harry, yada, yada, yada. Now, Harry might be there tugging his forelock. Oh, yeah, yes, my darling, yes, absolutely, you're completely right. Or, if as suspected, he's in other places at present, hiding away, then she will have moaned about it to other members of the coterie who dutifully would have nodded and ummed and ahed and approved and agreed with her in order to avoid themselves being shouted at. And thus she would gain that subconscious sense of control once again over Catherine. However, there's also the fact that this will, of course, affected Harry's wife, so doubtless she'll be looking at some way of overshadowing the appearance. As you've seen repeatedly, where something is about anybody else, Harry's wife has to overshadow it. For instance, her pregnancy announcement when it was Eugenie's wedding. And there have been many other instances. Also, the releasing of photographs around the times of when, for instance, Catherine and William have released photographs. And therefore, what do you think Harry's wife will do in an attempt to overshadow this latest appearance, and the most regal and elegant one, of Catherine? What do you think she will do in order to attempt to overshadow it? What announcement will she make? What photographs might she release? What might she do? Provide me with your observations in the comments. I'll be interested to learn how you see that she will respond. But suffice to say, this latest appearance by Catherine is one that will have caused considerable wounding to Harry's wife and will have resulted in that scream emanating through Montecito and old Ginger Bollocks, if he's there, running for cover. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.